As a child, my favorite fairy tale was Peter Pan. Now, not because Peter Pan had sweet green tights, could crow like a mug, or could fight off Captain Hook. No, Peter Pan had Tinkerbell, the sweet little sidekick that could take her pixie dust and throw it at any little kid she wanted to and make them fly away. Now, what I wanted was, as a little kid, I was always enchanted by the idea of pixie dust. So I spent a lot of time in the backyard playing with dirt, getting it all up in my hair, thinking that it was actually smart dust, thinking that it was pixie dust. And that is why today we're going to be taking a look at what smart dust is. Because smart dust might make my dreams of actually being able to make some kids fly away a reality. Now let's see what smart dust. According to the University of Berkeley from Professor Pizarro tells us that smart dust is ultra-miniature spy circuits that have the capability of communicating with each other through a wireless interface and are able to do some pretty cool things. So that is why today we're going to be taking a look at my 3 points of analysis. So first, we're going to slash our swords together with Captain Hook to see how smart dust came about. And second, we're going to take the second star on the right and to see the current application to smart dust. And third, we're going to go straight on till morning, all the way to Netherlands to see the more the futuristics applications of smart dust. Now let's move on and slash our swords together with smart dust. In the 1972 novel The Unknown by Stephen Amell, we find smart dust. We find ultra-miniature spice circuits that plague these 3 space pilots. Now the problem with these in the novel is that the little bit of wind variation would knock these little space ultra-miniature spice circuits around here and there, making it really confusing what was really happening and scaring the space pilots. This book had laid the groundwork for what smart dust is today and was a general concept for it. Now, the University of Michigan has the newest and most recent form of smart dust to date. They have the Michigan Micro-Mo, or M3 for short. Now, what the Michigan Micro-Mo is able to do is it's able to be about the size of a grain of sand, solar powered, and is able to create a wireless network with the other ones, and even perform some rudimentary tasks. Now, one of these rudimentary tasks would be is detecting a change in air pressure or a change in the climate. Now, right now, it's just being able to do one task, but it's the size of a grain of sand. I mean, it's the smallest microchip ever invented. So even though right now it can't do a whole lot, we're envisioning the future to do a lot more. So now as we take the second star on the right, and we look at what smart does, is current applications that we believe can happen pretty fast. Alright, so I just had a heart attack. I'm sitting in the back of the ambulance. And according to the University of Michigan Research Department, for their medical resources, they believe that an EMT might be able to take and inject me with some smart dust. Now what the smart dust would do is if I have a clogged vein in my heart, they would be able to go in and the smart dust have a little drill implement on it and would go up through my veins and go right through the clogged artery, making it so that open heart surgery might never be needed again. That's one of the greatest innovations of man will be ever, a great jump in medical history. Now what also smart dust could be used for is diagnosis. See, if we're going to diagnose people with smart dust, instead of injecting it into their veins or into their neuron pathways inside of their head, looking into some of the magnetophotography inside your head, which is the pathways of different neurons taking. So what we might be able to do is inject some smart dust in a guy's head, hop on their neuron pathways, fly around, and maybe even use Inception to be able to implant an idea into the person's brain. Some pretty high-level stuff there. Now, what we also might be able to do with smart dust, a cool current application, is let's say I'm a soldier, and according to the United States Army, smart dust would be a great use for this. I'm a soldier. I think there's a bomb 20 yards ahead of me. So what do? I take my smart dust, I throw it out there, and I have the smart dust, and it can report back to me the change in environmental factors, anything else that could lead to be a bomb there. So what do? I call up my demolition team, I have them come over, get the bomb out of there, and no lives were lost. Because of Smart Dust, I was able to tell where the problem was and see how to fix it right then and there. That is one of the coolest current applications we believe Smart Dust might be able to do. So now, let's go and take a look back, and let's go take a straight on till morning, all the way to Netherlands, to see some of the futuristic applications of Smart Dust. Anybody ever want to be a treasure hunter? Well, let's just say, according to the Navy, we might be able to use Smart Dust to map the topography of the ocean floors. Now, how we'll be able to do this is we drop some Smart Dust all around the ocean and let it sift to the bottom, and with the telescopic lenses we would have outfitted the Smart Dust with, it scans the ocean floor so we can find some of Captain Hook's lost treasure, or just find some good old Spanish gold at the bottom. But what else we can do is, according to NASA, right now, these Smart Dust could revisualize the way we can see the galaxy right now. So, let's see you have a smartphone right there. So what do we do with that smartphone? In a few years, we go to the app, the Milky Way. Instead of playing some galaxy game, we can look at pictures of the entire solar system. Now how NASA envisages to do this is we take and we drop a little bit of Smart Dust every 100 miles out in the solar system. And NASA believes we've put a little bit of thrust behind all the particles of Smart Dust, and then we'll be able to go ahead and make the Smart Dust and record all the little pieces of outer space. So, imagine a world where you just hop on your iPhone and hit the Smart Dust application and hit the Milky Way application and view our solar system in a way you never have before. That's one of the coolest applications of Smart Dust. And so now, let's look back to how Peter Pan and Tinker Bell showed us how it was done back in the day. So we took a look at how a 1972 novel by Stephen Amell, The Unknown, how the Smart Dust plagued them, and it laid the groundwork for Smart Dust. And now, I know that Tinker Bell and her Pixie Dust, I might not be able to make people fly anymore, and get intertangled inside my hair, and play with that dirt once again. But I do know that's be a lot of fun if I ever do get to. But at least I'm able to take some Smart Dust and throw it out and see what's going on. Maybe even defuse a bomb one day. I don't know what can happen.